All right. Now that you have your footage all recorded and you filmed it and you're ready now to edit. So we use these Canon FS200s. I mean, they're a great little camera for what they are, and they're small and all that and portable. But Canon and JVC and Panasonic and these companies that make these small digital camcorders that use like a hard drive or a SD card slot like this one. Oftentimes they use their own video format. And what that means is, well, while we could use iMovie that comes with your Mac to use this footage, it's not going to be as good to edit, like not as quick to edit unless we convert it. And so I'm gonna show you how to convert your footage before you actually import it into Final Cut. And it's pretty simple. I've tried to make it as quick as possible and as painless as possible. So we've got these cameras, and on the bottom side of them, you'll notice, so we get this into view, you'll notice this latch or this door that if you pull and then lift up, you'll see an SD card slot. And what you do is you don't pull the card right out, you have to push on it a little bit, and then it snaps out, and now you take it out. Put the camera down on the table, of course, and now you take this SD card slot, and when I'm facing the computer on the iMac here, on the right side there's two slots, a large one about that big for a CD or a DVD, and then there's another one right underneath it, a small one that fits a SD card slot or SD card. So you put that in. All right, once you have the card in, you'll see that on the desktop it shows up here. It looks like an SD card and everything. So what I want to do to get you kind of organize your files as well, I personally don't like a messy desktop, so I'm going to right click here on the desktop and hit new folder, and we're going to call this, let's say, video project 1, and hit enter, and then it has this folder now. Great. And double click on the SD card, and the footage that you're gonna worry about, the only folder you need to worry about is in this SD_video folder. So I double click there, and I'm just gonna copy this PRG folder. I don't know why Canon names them that, but that's the way they name them. So I'm gonna just slide that over onto the video project folder, and it's gonna copy over. And of course this will take longer if you have a lot of footage. Right now we don't have a lot of footage, so that took very minimal time. So I'm going to close the original folder, and I'm going to right click on the card and hit eject no name. Now that's important before you pull the card out. If you don't eject it, then you could corrupt the card or your footage by not doing that. So eject it and then pull the card out. And I'm just going to put that card back in the camera where I took it, and the camera goes back in the case and it's ready to be used again. Okay, don't forget to put the cards back in the cameras before you put them in the case. Otherwise we're chasing down cards and it just gets messy. So now we have this video project folder. So what we have to do is convert it, as I said, so that it's easier to edit and everything. So we're going to go down to the dock here, and there's a program called MPEG Stream Clip. I'm going to click that, and it launches and it looks like this. Great. So I'm just going to put this window over here, and I'm going to go to the menu list and select batch list. This allows us to convert more than one file at a time. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our video project file in the PRG folder, and here are all the files. And again, Canon uses its own video format, and so we're just going to select them all. And I'm going to click and drag that right onto the batch list here, and this little pop-up came up. What do you want to do? Just say OK. That's all you have to do. And now it says, well, select the destination folder. Where do you want us to go? So you might as well put it back in that video project 1, but create a new folder this time and say, I don't know, converted footage. Hit select. Now you have all of these options, and I know that most of you, if not all of you, won't understand them, and I'm not great with all of them, but I have made a preset so that all you have to do is worry about loading the preset. So if you go to this preset button here, I've already created one called Eden Media, and just hit load. Once it does that, go to batch, and you'll see it loads them all in here. And over here I'm just going to click on go, and you'll see that it's starting to convert them. And again, the longer your footage, the more time it takes to convert. Perfect. Now we're done, and it says all completed. All I have to do now is go to the MPEG stream clip menu on the top left and hit quit. Good. So now if I were to go back into this video project folder, I have the folder converted footage. It's all there. You can even select one and hit the space bar, and it'll automatically play.
Take one. Take one. Take two. See?
All right. So thanks, Alan and Ty and I think Sawyer. So now we've got the converted footage. I'm just going to hit Final Cut Express here on the dock, and it's going to load up. And once you're in Final Cut Express, there's one thing you need to do, or a few things I should say, to import. So you're going to go to the File menu and say Import. Make sure you select the top left window. File menu, Import, Files, and of course hit Desktop, Video Projects, Converted Footage. Click on the first file and then hold the Shift key and click on the last file, and that'll select them all. Say Choose. Now they're all in there, but what you want to make sure before you actually start editing your project, just to make sure you get the widescreen format, go to the Final Cut Express menu and say Easy Setup, and make sure that you have DV NTSC anamorphic. Anamorphic is another term for widescreen, 16:9 aspect ratio, whatever you want to call it. But if you select that and say Setup, and now if you drag a footage in, it'll look proper. And that's about it. I've imported the footage. I can now edit. Have a good time.